How's it going, Shuffle Squad YouTube channel? My name is PrimeTimeWizardTV, and today we're going to take a look at a very interesting archetype here, a very new archetype in the Lost Zone box. Yes, this archetype revolves around using cards like Comfey or Colress to fill up the Lost Zone to be able to use very powerful single prize attackers, just like the Cramorant from Lost Origins that only needs four cards in the Lost Zone to start doing 110 damage. You can start doing this as early as turn 1, or if you're fast enough, with 10 cards in the Lost Zone, you're able to use Sableye from the Lost Origin as well to put 12 damage counters anywhere on the board. Absolutely powerful. And of course, we finish things off with everyone's favorite single prize attacker in Radiant Charizard, just to have a really good finisher. Yes, this deck has seen a lot of success in the recent late night, with I believe 4 of the top 8 actually piloting Lost Zone. And in fact, the deck we're going to take a look at today is from the Shuffle Squad's very own Calvin Connor, who's able to win the said late night. He was able to get first out of over 400 people using this very same deck. So we know it's going to be a good deck. And of course, guys, if you need any help at all in building this deck, make sure to use our promo codes TSS5 for 5% off the PTCGO store, or TSS12 for 12% off checkout at Atlas Collectibles. With that, let's go ahead and take a look at the deck list. All right, this is the deck list that we're going to be bringing here today. Again, this is Calvin Connor's first place late night winning deck, and boy, what a deck it is. Let's go ahead and start with the support Pokemon. Everyone knows him by now. It's Comfey with the flower selecting. Once during your turn, you're able to, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you're able to look at the top 2 cards of your deck, draw 1, put 1 in the Lost Zone. A very good way to really power up the Lost Zone, and as well, just, get a free card off the top of your deck. We're going to be using this Comfey in combination with the multitude of switching cards to really start powering up the Lost Zone. Typically, turn 1, you want at least 4, and by at least turn 2 or 3, it's not impossible to have 10 in there to start attacking with our Sableye. So like this Sableye with the Lost Mine attack for a Psychic Energy. If there's 10 or more cards in the Lost Zone, you're able to put 12 damage counters anywhere you want. This is actually, I think, this is pretty much our main attacker for the deck, right? 12 damage counters anywhere you want. You can take multiple prizes of like stuff like Sobbles or Comfey, or set up two prize Pokemon. You're essentially two-shotting 2 prize Pokemon, essentially, or you're setting yourself up for big knockouts with Radiant Charizard later down the line. Early on, we can attack with the Cramorant with Lost Provisions. As long as we have 4 cards in the Lost Zone, we're doing 110 damage, which is not a bad, again, turn 1 or turn 2 attacker. And for the last of our attackers, it's going to be Radiant Charizard. You guys are familiar with this by now. Excited Heart. So this attack costs 1 colorless less for each prize card your opponent has taken. So typically by turn... so when your opponent has around 2 prize cards left, we can go ahead and just Combustion Blast for free. 250 damage. Not too bad there. Some support Pokemon as well. We're playing 1 Zigzagoon just to put 1 damage counter. You never know. Again, with Sableye, we're putting 12. Maybe you need the 13th. Maybe you want to hit a 60 HP and a 70 HP Pokemon. Definitely useful to have, especially since we do have the Scoop Up Dance. We're also playing Manaphy. We're playing 2 Manaphy because this is a very important card. We're a single prize deck with very low HP Pokemon. We don't want any bench damage at all, so that's why we're playing 2 Manaphy with the Wave Veil ability. For the items, we're playing 4 Battle VIP Pass to really just set up. Again, you're going to want multiple Comfeys early on to be able to switch to. This is something that's very interesting. He's playing 3 Echoing Horn. When going through his Twitter, he explained this as you're putting in targets for your Sableye. Like sometimes you just want to put an extra Sobble so you can get 2 prizes that turn, or hey, maybe something like a Crobat, right? So 3 Echoing Horn, again, very, very interesting. Hopefully we make use of it. We're playing 4 Escape Rope. This is a very important card. It is our switching option to go in between Comfeys, as well as to get cards like Empoleon V out of the active, because Empoleon V essentially shuts down this engine. So by playing an Escape Rope gives us some breathing room to at least you make use of our Comfey that turn. Try and get to the 10 magic number so that we can start attacking with the Sableye. Playing 2 Fog Crystal, just a great consistency card because we do play Psychic Pokemon as well as Psychic Energy. Playing 2 Level Ball. Most of the deck is grabbable, except for Cramorant and the Charizard there. Playing 2 Lost Vacuum. I like this. This just expedites the Lost Zone, right? If you're able to play down your own stadium, you can Lost Vacuum it yourself. Essentially, putting 2 cards into the Lost Zone, not too bad. Again, it's going to be a race. It's a race to fill up the Lost Zone. We're playing 1 Pal Pad, 2 Pokégear, just as our, supporter search and recursion. Playing 4 Scoop Up Net. Very, very important card. You're always happy to see this early in the game because that means you're making use of more Comfeys. We're also playing 3 Switch Card instead of Switch because you never know when you want to heal your basic Pokemon. Anyway, we're not playing any evolutions. We're playing 3 PokéStop. Again, this is just our stadium of choice to be able to grab any of our items. Well, potentially grab any of your items if you're lucky. And again, you need a stadium to Lost Vacuum. For our supporter line, we're playing 1 Boss's Orders. Very important. If you see this, essentially, this is you're holding on to this Boss's Orders for the turn you're going to Radiant Charizard, essentially. We're also playing 4 Colress Experiment, another way to load up this Lost Zone. This is essentially our main draw support. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, put 3 of them into your hand and 2 into your Lost Zone. So 2 into Lost Zone is the important keyword there. Playing 2 Clara, very important card as well. We're normally you see this in Radiant Zard decks to recycle Radiant Charizard. I've actually... yes, we can do that here, but I think it's used more to recycle Sableye, funnily enough. We play 1 Marnie, 1 Roxanne as a draw and disruption. We're also playing 2 Air Balloons. Love to just stick that on a Comfey. And for our energy, it's 4 Psychic and 2 Fire to power up Sableye and Charizard, respectively. And boy, what a list. Again, it's all single prizes. Let's try and get into some games and see if we can get a win. All right, so we have another game in our hands here. Looks like opponent did win the coin flip. They opted to go first, but I don't mind that. Again, we have the capability to be able to attack turn 1. Our hand is looking good. We even get a mulligan. That's not too bad. All right. Looks like our opponent is playing either Palkia or Palkia Kyurem. I don't know what other water decks could be in the meta. But I mean, a lot of decks it could be Arc Intel could be a thing as well. But we'll see. They start out with Sobble. They start out with the 60 HP Sobble. That's very important here that it is a 60 HP Sobble, because once we start taking knockouts with the Sableye, it's going to be very, very important. They go for the quick ball here. Let's see what they grab. They grab the Radiant Greninja. That means I have to establish... Yeah, that means I have to be able to establish a Manaphy in the next turn. It has to be next turn. I can't risk the fact they get Radiant Greninja unless they don't get a Palkia down. That would be great. If they don't get a Palkia down, okay, never mind. We don't have to establish it right here, right now. We're going to go ahead and just Fog Crystal here. Grab ourselves another Comfey. We'll start the Comfey chain. Battle VIP is great. Cram would have been really, really good to get there, but gotta establish the Battle VIP. We'll just grab this, and we can grab the Cram, so we have an attack potentially. Yeah, we'll grab the Cram. We'll pick up the Comfey. All I have to do here is find a Colress, and we're good. I'll grab the Sableye here. And we'll go ahead and use Pokégear. We did get the Colress. Alrighty, we'll go ahead and Colress experiment. Grab ourselves 2 Echoing Horn, and the Escape Rope sounds good. We'll go ahead and just... Honestly, I can just attach and retreat, keeping our switching options live for us. We'll drop this, and we'll go ahead and spit innocently, taking knockout on their only Sobble in play, going ahead in prizes. And I think, honestly, we're in such a commanding position. All we need is maybe, if I could get another Colress, that'd be great. So we can start attacking with the Sableye, and I can start showing you guys the power of the Sableye. We even have the Echoing Horns already in hand. We can Echoing Horn a Sobble, knock it out, knock out another Sobble, take multiple prizes every turn. But we need more Colresses. We need more ways to... Yeah, we need more ways to be able to put stuff in the lost zone. Next turn, I will escape rope. They probably give me something like a Palkia. I don't want to hit into the Radiant Greninja. I don't think that's a damage that matters. But damage on a 2-prizer is always good. Or just taking a knockout on another Sableye, potentially. Yeah, if in fact, it's not out of the realm of possibility that I Sableye this next turn. It's not out of the realm. We have a lot of switching options. And again, if we get the Colress, that opens up so many possibilities. We could get the Vacuum as well to get going. We already have the Sableye and the Energy already in hand. There's 2 Sables on the bench. That's 2 prizes if we can get it. Let's see if we can get it. We're going to try. There's the Energy and a pass. We get the PokéStop. I like that. Let's see if we can get anything. No, there was a Colress. Okay, this is fine. We'll go ahead and first things first, we'll use this. We'll use the escape rope. We don't want to attack into the Radiant Greninja. Anyway, this forces them to give me either Palkia or a prize, which I'm not. Either one is good to me. They decide Palkia. We'll go ahead and Comfey. Scoop Up Net's perfect. The more Scoop Up Net, the better. We'll Scoop Up Net the Comfey. Clara. We'll take the Clara. Go into Comfey. We'll Scoop Up Net the Comfey. That's our only boss, so we have to grab that. Go here. We'll switching cart to the Comfey. There's a Colress. That is beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we're gonna do it. We're gonna Colress. Beautiful. All right. We take those. We have double Clara in hand, double Echoing Horn. This is gonna be so good. This is turn 2 for us, ladies and gentlemen. Go into Sableye. We'll retreat. And we'll go ahead and Lost Mine. Put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why people are going to start looking for the 70 HP Sables. Wow. That was pretty good. Something that's scary, though. We are susceptible to something like a Clara now, but how are they going to look for it if they don't have a Sableye? They bench a Sableye. We're just going to take it out right off the bat. They take away our air balloon, which is a little rude there. We really needed that air balloon. They use our PokéStop. They did get the cross switcher, but I think you have to deal with the Sableye here. Or they could knock out the Manaphy. But either way, we do have Clara for anything. They have to get something like a Marnie here this turn, potentially. And I like that we have double Echoing Horn. I can literally put down 2 Sables, take another 2 prizes. That's hilarious. I love that. And then our last prize just could be this Radiant Greninja. Or we could attack with Radiant Zard eventually. Again, we're down to 3. They still have 6. They have to six knockouts, guys. Very, very tough position to be in. And yeah. Again, we're out of Colresses, though. They go for the Star Portal here. I guess because they have to. But hey, if the energy's ready in this card pile, they can establish the Radiant Greninja as well. If they take a knockout on the Manaphy eventually. They go for the Evolution Incense. Not quite sure what they need to grab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. If I draw into my last Echoing Horn, that would be great. That would be great. All right, we'll go into the Comfey. Yeah, we use Comfey first. Grab the Scoop Up Net. That's always good. We'll use... not the Switch Cart, excuse me. We'll use... We have to use the Clara anyway. I think we just use the Clara now. 12 cards left in the deck. Yeah, I think we just go ahead, drop. We just use the Clara. Do both. Grab ourselves the Sableye and double Psychic Energy. We'll drop the Sableye. Attach this here. And we'll go ahead and Escape Rope. Watch this, guys. Watch this. Bam. Put a Sobble into play. Put a Sobble into play. And we can go ahead and Lost Mine here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And take 2 more prizes. Just like that. That was really funny. We grabbed the Zigzagoon as well. The Zigzagoon was very important. Now we can take a big one-hit knockout on the Radiant Greninja. Radiant Greninja is now a liability. But again, they can always hit us with the Roxanne at this point. But how did they find it? You know, they can't use shady dealings here. They drop another Palk. That's A-okay. I'm not even like opposed to just attacking with a Cram, right? If they Roxanne us, we still have a Cramorant to just attack with. They go for the Cross Switcher on the Manaphy. Just saying that, hey, you know what? That's the threat. And with that, that should be game here. I'm just going to go into the Sableye. No need to go into anything else. We'll go ahead and Zigzagoon that guy. And we'll go and Lost Mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And just like that, guys, that was the best deck in format last format. And Sableye was able to just clean it out very handily. That was a very powerful showing by Sableye. Good game to my opponent. All right, so we do have a game here. Let's see if we can win. Let's see if we can get it right. We did win the coin flip. You know what? I think I'm going to go second. We're going to try it out. I don't think that is necessarily the right play, but I'd like to have access to Colress just to really dig for those Battle VIP passes. And yeah, like again, if we were turn 1, right? The best we could do is a Lost Zone 2 cards, which is okay. This way we can at least get into a Lost Zone of 4 and then into a Cramorant to do some damage, which could be really good, especially since they do start a Comfey as well. Comfey is something we can knock out fairly easily with the Cramorant. But again, it's all gonna depend on what we find here. We have Air Balloon, love to see it. That's always good to have a pivot as well as a target for the Lost Vacuum potentially. But yeah, we got to see our opponent's mulligan there. We know he's playing, or excuse me, they're playing Giratina VSTAR, which is the poster boy for Lost Origin. But let's see if we can beat Giratina with its baby brother, its baby brother Lost Origin deck. There it is, Giratina VSTAR. Beautiful card here. Go in gold for sure. They grab another Comfey. They're gonna get their engine going. And honestly, we're just gonna be doing the exact same thing. I think this next turn we're gonna open up with the Level Ball first, just thin that out, because getting a Comfey off the Comfey is not something I'm looking for. They go for the switch. They go flower selecting. Yeah, again, I wouldn't be surprised if they just grab something like it's only 2 cards. You don't really get a choice pretty much. But yeah, there you go. They lost zone 2. We're going to go ahead and use this Level Ball, grab ourselves a Comfey. Radiant Charizard is prize. That could be problematic for sure. And yeah, we're just going to grab the Comfey. We'll use this Comfey, grab a Scoop Up Net. Love to see it. Go into Comfey. I'm using the Comfey first just so that when we dig with the Pokégear, it's a lot deeper, or there's less cards in the deck, because we do really want to find the Colress. Grab a Comfey, and the Cramorant here. And this actually guarantees we have an attack turn 1. And they haven't established anything. Oh, not guarantees. We need to get the Colress. Here we go. Colress one time. There it is. Go ahead and use it. We'll grab Sableye, Energy. I think we're going to be ahead in pricing for a while. So I don't want to grab the Roxanne. We'll grab that. And honestly, we're just going to go ahead and take prizes. Yeah, we'll go ahead and retreat the Comfey into the Cramorant, and we will spit innocently, take the knockout on the Comfey, taking the first prize of the game. My opponent hasn't quite set anything up just yet, but wouldn't be surprised if they drop their own Cramorant to just take out our Cramorant. They go ahead and use Colress Experiment here. We need a little bit more. We need a little bit more to get Sableye going. Would love to get that going. But yeah, we need to draw into another Colress, more Scoop Up Net, switches. There's a lot of live card for us. If they don't bench anything, if they miss the Cram, I don't mind just taking a knockout again with the Comfey, to be honest. Or with the Cramorant. So we'll have to see. They drop another Comfey. Let's see. We're tied in the Lost Zone race. Because if they establish a Sableye, that could be absolutely terrifying as well. And man, I just have to say though, this is exactly why why you're gonna see a lot of memes of, hey, you know what, you have to play the 70 HP Sobble now, just because with the Sableye you can take a knockout on 2 Sobbles potentially. I think Calvin getting the win with this deck in the late night, absolutely meta defining, to be honest. Definitely meta defining in Peoria. There it is. There's the Cramorant forcing us to have a response. I mean, we could just Clara. We could Clara the Cram and take a knockout that way. I don't mind that, to be honest, because we can Clara and then just Palpad the Clara and the Colress back into the deck. At least we get to search 2 off this Comfey. It's better than just trying to get to 10 right now off a technically suboptimal hand. And yeah, they go ahead and drop 2 Comfeys. They go ahead and spit innocently as well. At least, again, we're ahead of the prize race. If they opt to just go the single prize route, we should be able to win this game. That is not good. We'll go ahead and flower selecting. We'll grab another Sableye. And yeah, I think, honestly, we just use this. Grab the Cramorant. Drop it. We'll drop this. We'll use the Palpad now because we do want to draw into the Colress potentially. We'll retreat, and I'm just going to attach now to the Sableye and go for a spit innocently. Take the knockout on the Cramorant, going up to 4. Now it's on them again to find their Cramorant. There's a Colress. That definitely helps us out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can get up to 7. And yeah, 5, 7, 8 with the Comfey with the air balloon. If they take a knockout on the Cramorant, right? I feel a lot more confident now that we can find a way to attack with a Sableye for sure. We also do need to draw into the Radiant Charizard eventually, but the way this matchup is shaping out, we might just win the game without the Radiant Charizard. Wouldn't be too surprised. And yeah, we'll have to see here again. Let's see what they set up. They attach an energy to the Comfey. Interestingly enough, they didn't attach it to the active, which makes me think they do have a switch card already in hand. They're going to switch to that Comfey, retreat into potentially a Cramorant. If they decide to grab that off the capture energy, oh, it's going to be Radiant Greninja. Okay. Think that definitely is really scary, because in my Giratina list, I do play water energies to be able to attack with the Radiant Greninja. We have to see if they do the same, and they are very close. 1, 2, 3. They're like 1 card away from being able to use Mirage Gate. We haven't established the Manaphy. So yeah, we'll have to see. Again, they go for the Scoop Up Net. Going into the Comfey with the energy. And let's see, that's it. With that, that definitely unlocks the power to Mirage Gate. They Mirage Gate an attack with the Greninja. That's just really scary. Taking 2 prizes is not something I want to see. There it is. There's the Mirage Gate. Do they have it here? They've already attached for turn. That means they have to double Mirage Gate if they want to attack with this Radiant Greninja. And also, they have to make sure that they have enough water in the deck. No, it's going to be an attachment to the Comfey. That means we're going to see a spinning attack here, unfortunately. There's the water energy on the Radiant Greninja. Or they do have it. I feel like they do have it. I don't understand why you would need to attach a second energy to the Comfey. They can't even spinning attack because it's the grass energy that they attached. Yeah, I don't think you ever need a second energy unless they plan to just retreat to this Comfey and just, have an energy ready to go. Yeah, opponent taking a minute here. Again, it just goes to show the power of the deck, right? Early pressure 110 is not something you can scoff at. Being able to just do this right off the bat means they have to deal with it while in the background I'm just trying to set up my board, trying to set up the Lost Zone to be able to get to the real goal, which is again a Sableye. The opponent also does play Sableye, so I feel like we're possibly a mirror match. They just play maybe a very low Giratina line. I wouldn't be surprised this is like 2-2 potentially. But again, our deck is designed around the single prize Lost Zone. So ours should be a lot more consistent in that regard. And yeah, opponent taking a minute here to decide what to do. Again, they're not in a good spot. They go Mirage Gate again. So they did have double Mirage Gate. Makes me think that they prized a water energy. Unless we see it here. No, they do have it. That means they will be able to Moonlight Shuriken, take out 2 Comfeys, and essentially take the lead from there. Very, 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 very scary play here by my opponent. And we don't quite have the answer to it. We don't have anything that can take a knockout on the Radiant Greninja. So they could potentially do it again here. I wouldn't be surprised. They take a knockout Comfey and the Sableye where I did commit an energy. They go ahead and use Moonlight Shuriken as well. I guess we did have Level Ball, so we could have potentially established the... we could have potentially established the Manaphy, but again... it wasn't, they didn't put down the Radiant Greninja till just now. And yeah, there we go. 2 knockouts there on my Comfey and my Radiant Greninja. I don't mind just using the Spit Innocently attack on the Radiant Greninja here and then retreating to a Sableye eventually. That doesn't seem too bad to me. But they do go down to 3 prizes. Very problematic there. All right, we'll go ahead and use this. We'll grab the Colress Experiment. We'll grab the... Wow, we actually are a little bit... We could struggle here. Yeah, okay, so what we're going to do is... We're going to escape rope into a Comfey, and at least this way Cramorant does take a knockout on something on the bench. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need quite a bit to be able to attack with Sableye this next turn. But I want to find a Manaphy. That's what I'm trying to look for here. Bam. one escape rope off that. Okay. Sure. Don't quite get it. We get a second Cramorant, but yeah, it's really scary here because they can attack again with the Radiant Greninja if they wanted to. I'm just going to go ahead and attach... Oh, we retreated already. Oof, that was a mistake on my end again. We'll go ahead and just use the escape rope here to be able to attack with the Cramorant. Wouldn't be surprised they just promote the Radiant Greninja. Or possibly the Sableye. Maybe they value the HP on the Radiant Greninja. No, they do not. And we'll go ahead and go into Cramorant, go for the Spit Innocently attack. And again, what's scary, they can go Mirage Gate again to be able to attack with the Moonlight Shuriken. We were just not able to establish the Manaphy, unfortunately. Okay, let's see. It's up to my opponent here. Getting very, very close. If they go for the escape rope. Okay. That means they can attack with a Cram. Potentially, if they put it down, they do take a knockout that way. They're going to go for the Comfey here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they need one more and the Colress to be able to attack with this Sableye. Yeah, if push comes to shove, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have access to Sableye this next turn, though. So something I could do is knock out Sableye, knock out Radiant Greninja all in one turn, which seems really good. They go ahead and Ordinary Rod back in the Cramorant. They could potentially Quick Ball into that Cramorant. That could be a thing. Ooh, putting back a Water Energy. Do they have the Mirage Gate? They have the Mirage Gate. That pretty much seals the game here. That means they take a knockout with the Radiant Greninja. They take 2 knockouts with the Radiant Greninja. Again, very, very tight game here by my opponents. Very meticulous game for sure. They go ahead and retreat, could go into the other Comfey. That means they need a switch option as well. Let's see what they get off this, off the flower selecting. Again, very cool. My opponent has the Lost Origin stamped Comfeys. Very, very impressive. They opted not to grab the Colress Experiment. That means whatever that card was pretty important there. Let's see it. Again, sometimes in the single prize matchup, this is, you know, what you expect to happen. Sometimes turns take a little bit longer than expected. And yeah, they're going to go ahead and grab the Cramorant here. Do they have the switch? Do they have the switch here? If they miss the switch, that puts advantage back onto us. And even then, I can see a way where we can close out the game in the next 2 turns, right? But it's just a matter of, is it in the deck? 3, 4, 5. All right, let's see it. So something we can do, what I'm planning to do here is I'm going to take 2 prizes. And then if I could get the Zigzagoon as well as 1 Scoop Up Net, we can take another 2 prizes the next turn. All right, we'll go into the Comfey here. With the Comfey, I will use flower selecting. We'll grab the Manaphy, but I am taking knockout on the Radiant Greninja. So yeah, I guess I don't need that Manaphy. We'll go ahead and use this. So that's pretty good. That's all right. And we got the PokéStop. There's no way we grab Battle VIP Pass in that situation. And with that, we drop the Sableye. We attach to it nothing else really. We'll use this. There's no energy in the deck. There's a Clara, Scoop Up Net. Zigzagoon's in there. So I need to draw into Clara this next turn. Need to draw into Clara, Zigzagoon, and the Scoop Up Net. A little risky, but I could use a PokéStop. If I discard the Zigzagoon, that means all I have to do is draw into Clara and the Scoop Up Net. We're going to do that. All right. Okay, so we have it here. If I can draw into the Clara, we do have game in hand. All right, we'll go here and we'll go ahead and... Yeah, we'll go ahead and Lost Mine. Go 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we can put 2 on a Comfey, but I 100% feel like they'll pick it up. You know, if they don't pick it up again, oh, we could potentially have it. All I need is a Psychic Energy. Marnie helps out with that. There's the Radiant Charizard, which we won't be needing here. So something they need to do, right? They need to use a Scoop Up Net on the Comfey. Let's see if they have it. We know for a fact there is no more Psychic Energy in the deck. So, oh, they have it. They have the Zigzagoon. Okay. Do they have the Sableye as well? So again, my opponent is playing. Yeah, I think it's the Giratina, but it can switch gears into the Lost one. And he played Roxanne here, absolutely destroying us. But the damage did stick. That means all I need to do is grab. None of those are what we need to grab. I need to grab Clara. It's Clara or bust for us. Clara wins us the game here. Exactly. It's exactly 120 if we can get a Clara. It was a Roxanne too. That means it wasn't shuffled to the bottom. Would have liked a Marnie instead, just so that we don't see those cards, because there was no Clara there. They get the air balloon. I don't think that helps them out too much. We have access to PokéStop. I'm not sure if we still have any more Pokégears in the deck. We should have at least one. No, there's another one banned in the Lost Zone. So it's going to come down to that. Can we draw into the Clara? They go ahead and spit innocently there, taking knockout on my Sableye. We can take a knockout as well, which is pretty cool. Echoing Horn doesn't quite do it for us. I will use this, thin out the deck. Yeah, there was no Clara there. So we thinned out the deck a little bit. We'll go ahead and use the Comfey here. Zigzagoon, Marnie, that doesn't cut it for us. It just doesn't. We grab Zigzagoon. There's no knockout here. We'll grab the Marnie. And honestly, the best thing we could do is just Marnie them down. Yeah, Marnie them down to a 4-card hand. Hopefully they don't get a Clara or a Sableye or a way to attack. There's the Clara. We do have it next turn. We'll just retreat into our own Cramorant and take the knockout. We'll go ahead and spit innocently. At least we do take out one of the main threats. Do they have a way to attack this turn? Off a 4-card hand, they need a way. They have the Comfey with the energy. That means they have the switch. All they need to find here is another Cramorant. The fact that they had to use a Ordinary Rod to get the Cram back earlier makes me think they only run one. So maybe they don't have the combination of cards they need. Very interesting. They went into the Comfey without energy. At least that means they have a switch card. So they're going to be able to dig through their deck for deeper. Got rid of the Battle VIP Pass there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. So they do have it up. There's the Mirage Gate. What can they attack with? They can attack with a Comfey. Did they just run out of resources then? I have to guess that's what it is. I don't think you use the Mirage Gate now. And again, sometimes that's just what happens when you face a single prize deck, right? When you're up against a single prize deck, you can get very low on resources late in the game. They do attach a Psychic Energy to the Comfey, Water Energy to the Zigzagoon. I think that might be it. Maybe if they had access to Giratina V, they could have powered that up. They retreat to the Comfey here. Giratina V definitely could have ended this game with its Shred attack. Does 160 damage, knocks out anything on my board. Very intense couple of turns here. They go discard 3. They get the Energy Recycler. That's not bad. They could Energy Recycler, get so many energy back into the deck. If they have Mirage Gate, they have the Scoop Up Net. Going to another Comfey here. They're digging. There's 6 cards left in the deck. I mean, if there's something that could help them here, they definitely should have found it by now. There's the Giratina. There's a Cramorant. There's the Air Balloon. Do they have the... No, the Air Balloon doesn't do it. It has to be a switch. They did have another Cramorant. And there it is. Absolutely nail biter of a game there. And good game to my opponent. And that was Lost Zone Box. Man, what a powerful deck. I think this is definitely the new iteration of what Cyclezard is going to be, right? Because we are playing the Radiant Charizard as well, but I mean, we got to showcase games where, you know, we don't even need to use it, which is great. Again, one of the weaknesses of Cyclezard at the moment is that we do have Lost City. That means as soon as the Charizard comes down, we can't knock it out. With the Lost City, that means it's gone forever. But again, we saw the power of just Sableye and Echoing Horns and all that jazz. Absolutely. I am honestly, I'm in love with this deck. I have to say, I have to give huge props to Calvin Connor again for the deck list and doing absolutely amazing with it. Guys, I highly recommend you build this deck, you play against this deck, you learn the ins and outs, you find yourself a couple of Empoleon Vs to play against it, because I think this is actually kind of format breaking. Well, not necessarily format breaking, but definitely has a place in the current metagame and something you should prepare to see in the upcoming Peoria regionals. But yeah, again, what else can I say? I think we've spoke praises upon praises on this deck. Just make it, learn it, play it, and have fun. Again, guys, thank you for watching. My name is PrimeTimeWizardTV from the Shuffle Squad. I'll see you all next time.
The Shuffle Squad is proudly sponsored by Atlas Collectibles, the best place to buy any trading card game product online. Visit atlastcg.com and at the checkout screen, make sure to use code TSS12 to save an unbeatable 12% off your entire order. Atlas Collectibles will ship your product anywhere in the world, so make sure you're taking advantage of the 12% savings with TSS12. And if Pokemon is not your thing, don't worry. Go to atlastcg.com and see all the other amazing trading card game products they have there to offer.
The Shuffle Squad is partnered with PTCGO Store to provide our community with the best access to Pokemon TCG codes. They have codes available 24/7, instant email delivery, and you can save 5% off by using code TSS5. If you're a YouTube member or Patreon supporter, you'll have access to a special code that gets you 10% off. So what are you waiting for? Use code TSS5 today and save 5% on your next order of codes on any codes available at ptcgostore.com.
PokéXWord, the best place to get your fill of Pokemon-inspired puzzles. New puzzles are posted every day, and they recently launched a new Guess That Pokemon puzzle, which is a ton of fun to play. Go check them out at PokéXWord.com and be sure to follow them on Twitter for your chance to win a ton of PTCGO codes every month.
Check out the Late Night Series Season 6, brought to you by myself, Zach Lesage, and the Shuffle Squad. We're going to be running a bunch of sick events for the Pokemon community, and they start on August 30th. So one thing you might be noticing here is that there's an EU time and an NA time. We have one at 12 p.m. Eastern, which works out to about 5 p.m. in London. And then we have one at 7 p.m. Eastern, which should help out a lot of players on the West Coast play in this event. That being said, we still have a lot of cool things going on. Expect similar prizing that we've had for other late night series events. Expect better staffing, expect better tournament experiences, and of course we do have a stream going up for this season as well, and I will be streaming the event on Twitch. That being said, we have the whole season up on the Play Limitless website. Late Night 51 all the way through 70 runs until we hit the Invitational on November 5th. So check that out, sign up today, and support Zach Lesage Events and the Shuffle Squad. See you there.